I guess my grandbaby thought my stand was a toy.
Your who?
So I'd had to tape it and super glue it. I'm gonna have to buy another yeah. I don't know what she was thinking, but it ain't right. But it ain't right. But it ain't right.
Y'all can turn your stuff down.
But it ain't right.
Y'all can turn your stuff down. Brenda, turn your phone down.
Oh.
How about now? That better?
That was me.
Oh.
All right, they coming on.
Hmm? You sent him the information? Yeah, okay. You preaching in Pastor Milliken Church tomorrow? Marty?
Bishop Callaghan, Bishop Mount Milliken,
Yeah.
3 o'clock. What's up, everybody? Those of you that are on our pages, I got my crew, the Real Talk Unscripted crew. Y'all put that in the comments over there if you like it. When it's Wayne, Brenda, and Marty, we are Real Talk Unscripted. Because we ain't got no script. We just know what we're going to
Just start talking.
It's very unscripted. So those of you on Instagram and those of you on Facebook, Wayne Jackson page, Brenda Grisham pages, Martin R. Peters, Marty Peters, Real Talk page. Hey, listen, we thank you all for joining us tonight. Let me be the first to tell you, we're going to have 3 mothers on tonight who are the parents of children who have been murdered around the town, around the streets around here. All right, y'all. I got new lighting. Y'all like my lighting? I got new lighting tonight.
I like your lighting. Yeah.
All right. Y'all can tell the difference?
It's nice and bright.
You're a little bright. You're a little bright.
Right. Yeah.
Nice and bright.
Ivy, if you watching, I got it bright in here, Doc. This guy joke with me and Ivy. Listen, Wayne and Brenda, come on, y'all jump in and say hello to everybody.
Go on, Wayne.
Go on, Brenda.
Hey, y'all. Good to see you.
Good to be back with the crew tonight. I missed y'all last week. I was on the train. I couldn't get on the train. I couldn't connect on the train, Doc.
Right. We missed you last week. You left
Yeah,
me
it kept going in and out. It kept going in and out. I couldn't. You started blinking. You were blinking like Christmas lights.
We wasn't unscripted last week. We was just on. Because you wasn't here.
So I had to send you my stuff.
Yeah, you need to be in place, Doc.
Yeah, the Christmas lights going on.
Yeah, you gotta go in place. Somebody tried to take Brenda time, but like, no, I got. Hold on, my boy. I gotta be on our show with my boy tonight. No, we don't play that. We committed to this. So check this out. Listen, it's been a whole lot have gone on in the town this week, y'all.
Yeah.
Judges getting robbed for their Rolex watch in the morning.
Yeah.
On his way to work.
Just parked on his way across the street. Gets his Rolex taken. Not in it didn't happen in Rock Ridge.
No.
No, it happened, in central Oakland, right downtown.
Central Oakland. Now that's Central Oakland.
Yeah, it happened right across the street from the courthouse. It looked like there should have been some Alameda County sheriffs there, some Oakland Police Department there, some undercover police officers, but he got, as they say in the streets, the old boy got dead. Judge got dead.
Antoine Miller said town biz, I guess.
Right.
Have we heard the DA or the Oakland's mayor say anything about the judge?
I want to see if she reduced that sentence.
So y'all, I'm about to get messy real quick. About to get messy. So y'all, I think there needs to be, to put on a ballot, there needs to be 25,000 signatures.
Yeah.
To have a person removed out of office. There are 20,138 signatures as of 5 minutes ago to recall the DA for Alameda County.
Wow.
We need the rest of the 4,900 some people. We need y'all to go ahead and sign.
So I guess your messy self gonna post it, huh?
Why not? Because they say we don't state real facts on Real Talk. I guess we're so unscripted that we don't state facts. Oh, yeah, Tiger. Did any other things happen in Rockridge this week since they have their new 15 officers?
Let me see. Let me pull up the map.
Brenda Faye.
Just y'all messy.
Let me pull up the map.
Come on, big bro.
Rockridge crime. Let's see. Rockridge crimes. Let's pull up the map. Let's see. I don't know. That's East Oakland. I can't put on that.
Yeah, because Rockridge is not a part of
No, that's Fruitvale. Let me see. No, that's 75th.
East Oakland.
I don't see nothing in Rockridge, Doc. I'm looking. Keep going. I'm looking.
But
I want to make sure we got our facts straight.
In East Oakland, right?
Oh, here we go. Rockridge. Let's see. Oh, okay. Jaywalking. Yeah, that's a crime. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's see. Martin Luther King. I guess that's considered Rockridge. Yeah, Martin Luther King Jr.
Did you just say jaywalking?
And see, that was Martin. No, assault. Other. What's other? Do you know what other mean? I never heard of other.
Me neither.
I've never seen a brother go to court for other.
Well, right now they don't go to court for anything.
I see a lot of other on here. That's all. So yeah, this crime in Rockridge is called other.
Wow.
What does that? Can y'all help me? What does that mean? I don't know.
Right? I need to call and ask them what other mean.
Who do we call?
Okay. A suspicious vehicle. That's other. All right, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. It was Berkeley PD. Okay. They found a car sitting alone, and it was a suspicious car. They walked up to it and checked it out and put it on record. So that's other.
That's other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Let me see what the other means. a disturbance
in Rockridge.
in Rockridge.
Oh, okay.
Making too much noise. Your radio's too loud. Turn that radio down on 200 block on Berkeley Way. Turn it down.
They didn't tell him to take that to East Oakland where all the crime is?
Yeah. Here's another one. Another. A suspicious person. You didn't look right.
He walked up on the porch and they had a problem.
You didn't look right. Car was abandoned and you're playing too much music. Another suspicious person walking along the street. Somebody a Karen called and said he didn't look right.
Did you see a Karen? Yeah. We went from
here's one. Domestic violence. Oh no, that's serious. I ain't playing with that. Yeah, they need to stop all that stuff. Don't be beating up your children.
No, or your woman.
I think this was a children.
Oh,
a child got beat. He got spanked.
Yeah, I got spanked.
That don't sound like clear people in Rockridge.
That's not be beating.
I'm not an advocate for beating children, but sometimes I got whooping, so I'm okay. I didn't turn out too bad.
Yeah, I used to get beat coming up.
That's true, Brenda. That's really it's a matter of perspective. You're absolutely correct.
Says who?
So, Brenda, how many shootings? Okay, let's get to the budget, Brenda. I'm waiting on, because from my understanding over the weekend there were. Let's listen at this, y'all. I didn't tell you this, DC. Listen at this. There are still over 1,000 911 calls by Tuesday or Wednesday that hadn't been returned from this weekend.
Wow.
Last weekend, there were over 1,000 calls into Oakland, and a whole lot of them did not get any phone calls returned.
Mm-hmm. Who gonna return them?
Well, that's why we're getting at this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. This is her budget. They calling it the recovery budget.
Who are we recovering from?
I guess from the previous administration, maybe.
Oh, Libby
just recovery. It's a 2-year plan. 2 years. 2-year plan.
Yep.
So Libby messed up that bad? I didn't know Libby had messed up that bad.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
but they got a 2-year plan, Doc. They got 2 years. Come on now.
That word doesn't get out that Libby messed up that bad.
What
it's a 2-year plan. You got to give at least 2 years.
What happened?
They give black coaches at least 2 years.
No, they don't. They just fired somebody. He ain't been there 2 years. But anyway, what happened was, now Libby, she was kind of smart. She tapped in all that COVID money. Now the COVID money ain't there no more, so that's the problem. Their spending went up to the COVID money, so the COVID money done went away. So what you overspent is coming, the $500 a month for the families, and all that other kind of stuff to help them get through COVID. And
who's on the fundraising committee in administration? I would like to know that.
What fundraising committee?
Yeah, what fundraising committee?
Is it a fundraising committee? Because in all churches we have a fundraising committee. We have a committee that know how to raise the money.
Well, the mayor's supposed to raise the money.
Oh, okay. That's what's wrong. Oh, okay. So we have a mayor in office that can't raise money, and a DA that don't want nobody to go to jail. Oh, that sounds like two dingbats to me. But
they gonna come looking for you, right, Marty?
And I give no dams, right? You know, I give zero damn.
Who is this Marty Peters I done heard about?
Exactly. Come on, come from me.
Let me go find him them.
I ain't got no
doubt.
I ain't
No
got no
doubt. They listening, no doubt. I guarantee you they listening.
Let me go find him.
I just saw the numbers go up in real time. I'm looking at the comments. Y'all do know I ain't got no a warrant for my arrest. I got pulled over the other night because they could see my license plate because I took it off on the back of my car and put it in my window. And when they came over, I was like, "How you doing, officer? My wallet is right here in my left pocket, officer, and my registration is right here, right down the street from my house." I got pulled over. My hands was up. He was like, "You can relax." I was like, "No, I teach classes on how to make it home successfully after you've been stopped with the Black Officers Association of Oakland, California."
You know, when he pulled him, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm clergy."
Yeah, it was two clear guys. I didn't say nothing about no clergy. Neither did I give him I didn't even give him my ID, my police ID badge. I didn't. I had my hands up. He's like, "Listen, man, you can relax." I'm like, "No, sir." I said, "My wallet is right here. Can I go to reach my pocket?" He's like, "Yeah, man, you can relax." I did like this. I said, "Officer, are you watching?" I'm about to pull my black billfold out. I pulled it out. I gave my license, registration, and insurance. And he said, "You heading home?" I was like, "Yeah, I live right up the street." He said, "Well, okay, I was just wondering where you're going. Have a good night, sir." "Thank you, officer. Have a good night, too." That's it. But I got pulled over. And I understand why, because he said, "You know your license plate is supposed to be on the back." I didn't know you had a license plate on your car until I pulled you over and the bright light shone. I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I don't be doing anything wrong, officer, for you to pull me over, so they come after me all they want to. I gives again no dams." I don't get no GA food stamps. I don't get no government assistance for my church or my home. What they gonna do? I ain't got no record. I'm clear to go to the White House for the day of prayer every year. What they gonna do?
Oh, I want to go. When is it?
I ain't scared. I wasn't scared of Jane Kwan. I wasn't scared of Libby. And I ain't scared of that new lady that's the mayor.
Well, you know her name. Say that lady's name. Don't be calling her no new lady.
I always butcher it. Chantal, whatever her name is.
That's close enough.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
And the other one name is Pamela Price.
You know that one.
I do have other choice words that I would prefer to call her, but it's almost Sunday, so I'm gonna.
It's too close. It's too close to preaching time. You need a little more leeway for that now.
And I gotta preach 12 and 3 tomorrow, Doc.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep your mind straight.
Y'all come on, because we only got about 15 more minutes of this, y'all, because we got some guests tonight.
All right, but seriously though, I think I was going to ask Brenda to give another plug for the event that's coming up, because there's a lot of people asking about it. The summit.
The Peace Summit. It will be June 24th at Laney College. And so Marty's going to post it, right? You need the flyer again?
No, we got it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to post it more on my page, because I think it's something we all need to support.
Oh yeah.
And we need to get some young folks out there, and a couple of people. In fact, I was gonna send your information to. Do you know Doug Ford, Brenda?
Who's that?
He's formerly a professor at Berkeley. He taught leadership and urban justice or something like that. But he's a guy I want you to meet. I want you to talk to him. He's probably one of two court approved gang violence expert.
Oh, I need to talk to him.
Yeah, him and the other brother's name is I'm slipping. I'll send you both of their information.
Oh, okay.
I would love for them to meet you, especially Doug, because he has a long history, and I'll let him tell you all about his background. But incredible young man, incredible. But when God has taken him from the hood, brought him all the way to the college campus. So he's a inspirational young black man. Huh?
Because they done been through it. Those are the best ones, the ones that have been through it. They can tell you the real. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll
we're
send
trying to
him
give
your.
people a platform.
I'll send him because I definitely would love him to be at the summit. I think he would be good to see that. He started the. I don't know if you go there, but he started a program called in East Palo Alto several years ago. They created this curriculum that was teaching kids how to get along with each other and get out of gang violence, and yeah, they did it for years. Huh?
I told Marty we can see him.
Yeah, I just asked him why is Wayne sitting in his office with a coat on, like he got the air conditioner on in his room. You called, Doc?
You know what? You know what, Marty?
Don't be looking at the camera like that. I'm scared of you.
Are you ready for your stats to go up?
No,
They about to go up in 2.2 seconds.
I like my jacket on. That's who I am. Because it gets cold sometimes.
that's the old bones, son. That's when you get when you're over 50, everybody you stay cold.
Now see, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
All right. Just because I'm getting closer to 65.
You need the heater. Your heater stay on 72 in the house and stuff like that.
Look, I got my heater right here. I'm getting to turn it on.
Listen, man, I almost have to strip when I go to my mom and daddy house. I'm sorry, the devil be walking around with a short set on. It be so hot.
Look, don't invite us.
That's my environment. I'll be right at home with your mom and daddy.
I don't want to see no parts of that.
When I get to my bed, I'm like, whoo! And daddy be sitting there with a throw on, but he almost 90. I'm like, Daddy, you call? Well, I'm okay. You should be okay. The heater on hell, and you got a doggone throat on you. You sitting there with a full sweatsuit on. You should be okay, Daddy. Daddy would be 90 August 10th, so I'll just go ahead and pull my shirt and shoes and socks off, jacket, tie, all that off.
Right. Respect his environment, Doc. Respect that environment. I'll go in and join your dad. Get me a blanket, put on me too.
Yeah, well, we should come on to meet me. If somebody, you come on to meet me one day over there, you will feel right in place. You feel right in place. All right, so how many shootings have we had this week, Brenda? And how many murders have we had this week?
This week,
the crime. What's that map say here?
I don't think we had any this week.
Yeah, I don't.
Last week, we had 4 in 24 hours.
4 shootings or 4 killings?
No, 4 killings in 24 hours.
Yeah, a lot of assaults.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of assaults. A whole bunch of them.
But it was a whole lot of shootings, though.
Yeah.
So it's been another bloody week. But Chantal says she got a plan to reduce crime in Oakland. Well, when the hell is she gonna introduce it? Because it ain't like crime is stopping.
Well, they already introduced it. Didn't they put a couple of bicycles on the street?
They picked the
the new budget.
The bicycles away.
In the new budget, it cut out the whole motorcycle unit.
Yeah, but they got some new bicycles they put out.
What kind of bicycles?
10 speeds.
Are you serious?
No, they got some new bikes. Well, at least they might have had them before, but I saw them. They actually look like dirt bikes to me, but they they got more than one speed, I'm sure.
Okay, you and I know that's for the 15 officers that's going to patrol Rock Ridge.
Oh, all right.
Jasmine is blocked.
Huh?
It says the browser has blocked your mic and camera.
Who, me?
Jasmine.
She has to approve it in her settings.
And how does she do that?
Huh? Okay. Well,
she got to click on the camera in her settings.
She goes to her settings in her browser,
and
then she has to approve it. That's why it's been blocked.
Okay. Yeah, because she sent me.
She probably has her pop-up blocker thing on.
Yep.
All right. So, okay, so crime hasn't gotten any better. In this week, it's gotten worse. A Superior Court judge get robbed at gunpoint. His Rolex is gone. In the morning, on his way to work for breakfast, he got robbed for breakfast.
You think it was one of the 10 kids she let go? Oops.
Oh, that's a good question.
So here's
It
the
was
thing.
in the courthouse.
Here's the thing. So they all were minors, right? All 10 of us minors.
Yeah.
So when you're a minor, when you're released from jail, your parent has to pick you up, right?
Supposed to.
Okay.
Unless you're emancipated.
Yeah, okay. So I'm wondering how that's gonna work out. Now that you know that your child was involved in 35 acts of violence, what would you do if it was you, Marty?
Call the police and tell them where my kids are.
No, that you just picked your child up from the police department, so they know where your child is in jail. So you came and picked him up. So what would you do on the way home with that child?
I can't. We live.
Yes. Oh.
Death can get. Well, if Kamala's still in office, I can get off in about 7 years. Huh?
No, honestly.
Brenda, the man just said he ain't running for nothing and ain't running to nothing. Now you about ready to catch a case on this brother.
Now he done got quiet.
Like, we live. I can't say what I would do. What my mom and daddy did to me. They beat the hell out of me.
Yeah, I mean, come on now.
I turned out pretty good. I'm a preacher, funeral director, a good father.
We be switching doors because I be beating them when they come through the door.
It's on the right. That seatbelt would have been strapped, and that's what I would have went to haymakering. You know,
you left his grandma used to bring that wood spoon with them to school. Wait for him in the principal's office.
Yeah. Oh, my grandmother used to make us go outside on that doggone plum tree and make you pick your own. Switch. Yes, you make your own switch. And if you can't make one too small. By the time she put her house shoes on and walked outside and grabbed, dog, you got it even worse.
Hey, Marty. Marty.
Yeah.
Somebody just asked me, are you guys making TikTok screens?
What?
We can make some TikTok reels for real talk. So a 4-year-old got shot this week, y'all?
Oh, my God. A 3-year-old?
A 4-year-old got shot?
Mm-hmm. Huh? Yeah.
Where? In Oakland?
In East Oakland? Uh-huh.
What? How did I miss that? 4-year-old boy.
I think it was a girl.
It says 4-year-old child. 4-year-old child. Girl, yes. Shot in the leg.
Yeah.
Shot in the leg.
Stray bullet?
Yeah.
Playing with a gun?
No. She was just in the wrong place.
68th and MacArthur, near Mills College.
That's right. I do remember that. Oh, Jesus, help me. It doesn't get any better in East Oakland.
She should be okay according to the hospital.
Hey, Wanda, how you doing? Hey, Sonia, how y'all doing? I'm trying to keep up with y'all. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for joining us. Hey, Pam. Hey, everybody. Hey, Rachel Duncan. Hey, good to see all y'all. Tiger. Hey, Pastor T.C. Collins from Houston, Texas. Hey, my friend, Dr. Valerie Tate Everett from Atlanta, Georgia. What's up, my sister, Bishop Kevin Barnes? What's up, everybody? Pastor David Jones, Richmond. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Good to see y'all. Robert Anderson, all y'all. Aaron, thank y'all for joining us tonight. So, hello. So, y'all, what good can we say came out of Oakland last week when there's 1,000 people have not gotten their phone calls returned from calling 911? We're short 400 police officers.
Well, on a positive note, the teachers union got a raise, so they won their strike.
School is over.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But they got a raise.
Let's try it again next year.
So they said the 4-year-old was at a mom friend in her house. They're looking for him.
Yes.
A mom's friend was in her house. I guess his gun went off.
Must have. So the information is quite scarce here.
So that's 2 girls in the last 2 weeks. Remember the Latino girl, mother stabbed her in her neck and killed her.
Yeah. Her vigil is tomorrow.
Her vigil is tomorrow?
Yes. Yeah, it's tomorrow on it's tomorrow
Is the foundation
on 45th and Bancroft at 5:00.
I'm probably still gonna be in church for a few minutes after that.
Yeah, that's another problem. That's some domestic violence stuff because she had a restraining order against the dad, and it was just a lot going on. We're not addressing mental health. We are not. For her to figure that I don't want you to have her, and I don't want to be here, so I'm just gonna take us both out. That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
Some people don't need no doggone kids.
Wait a minute. I don't know if you saw the recording from the town hall where the lady stood up and told Dan, Caleb, or whatever his name is. She pointed at, she said, "Hey, you need to stop letting parents have kids and they can't raise them." I said, "Oh," because her and her husband got robbed in their driveway.
Okay. Hey, Michelle. Hey,
That town hall is pretty interesting.
Man, some people.
It was real interesting.
Some people
don't know. But he said he gonna write Pamela Price though. He
gonna
send her a letter.
She read everybody else. She read everybody. Do she read her emails? I got a problem. Listen, y'all, I got a problem. And I don't care what nobody says. I'm entitled to my own time. I'm not trying to convince anyone or sway anyone to believe my beliefs. This show is called Real Talk. It is the values. Hey, Miss Mary, it is the values of what I feel, what Wayne feel, what Brenda feel. You don't have to agree with us. We're not going to argue with you on here. We're not going to argue. And if you become too disrespectful, I'll block you. Because there's some other
You be blocking people?
I will. If you become disrespectful to you or Wayne or to me because you disagree with us, it's okay to disagree, but we don't have to fall out. Me and Brenda don't agree on everything. Me and Wayne don't agree on everything, but we still talk multiple times during the week. Even if we don't agree, we can come to the conclusion. I respect. That's your decision. I respect that. You don't have to disagree and be nasty. You don't have to be. You don't have to be nasty. Because I'm not going to be nasty to you, but what I am going to do is stick up for my black people. I'm going to stick up for men physically abusing women. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to open my voice and raise my voice when I see injustice. Like you can buy weed anywhere now. All these corner stores on the street, you can buy weed. You can buy anything you want to buy at these gift shops and these prostitution stores all up and down international. You can go buy weed. You can go buy Viagra and Cialis. You can go Cialis. You can go buy that. You can go buy Vicodins. You can go buy Narcos. All that doggone stuff.
Right next to the honey packs.
Right. All that stuff. You can do that stuff. But when I see stuff, when I see children being molested, when I see people doing stupid stuff, you doggone right, I'm gonna speak up. And I don't care if not one pastor agrees with me. We may be all on the same team, but we same goal, but we ain't on the same team. So I can say whatever I want to say, and I really don't care what people feel or what people think. I'm just bold enough to say it. Some people want to say it, but they're not as bold as I am. I ain't running for nothing, and I ain't running from nothing. I'll say whatever the heck I want to say. If I want to say it, you can delete me as a friend. You don't have to follow me. It need to be some more bold preachers that will stand up. What was all the pastors around when LeBron got fired in February during Black History Month? Some of y'all Negroes showed up one time. And then y'all start saying, and I know some of you preachers have said it, but I ain't going to even call your name out, sir. He's part of the problem, sir. He's part of the problem. What problem? He just got in office, so how can he be the part of the problem? Man, listen. I ain't going to call his name out. But if I called his name out, all y'all would be like, really? He said that? I ain't your name.
Text me. Look, text me.
You probably know.
But you know what? It should be no falling out about what we're talking about, because it affects everybody. Yeah. You know, all of the issues. You can like Pamela Price, you can like Shane Tao, but the common issues that are plaguing our city, those two aren't the focal point. It's the point that we all need to start coming together and worry about more than just ourselves. Because in the end, it's gonna come back around, and then you be like, oh well, why we didn't do this? Okay, we all had the chance to come together and have an input on the things that are going. You know, it's not always a protest. It's some real talk. You have to sit down. You have to talk. Call your council people if you don't understand what's going on. Whatever you need to do, because in the end, your taxes gonna go up. They creating some more parcel taxes, some more measures, and we gonna be broke. And then it's gonna be a problem.
Right.
But we talking about this stuff now.
There's no reform if there's no conversation.
Yeah.
You got to have a conversation around the issues.
So what's supposed to be going up now to help get the deficit down? Parking tickets are going up. Meters are going up. What else is going up, y'all?
Everything. Business taxes is going up.
Taxes, all that, yeah.
Yeah,
they got to pay for it somewhere.
New measures, but they show putting money into housing.
You can't cut yourself out of a deficit. You gotta raise.
Hold on, let's put a comment there, Wayne. Hold on, just a doggone minute here. Hold on. I'm so tired of this nonsense about affordable housing. Can't no doggone body afford affordable housing in Oakland? So what? We have listen, y'all don't know this. Brenda researched this last week. There are 5,000 vacant apartments in Oakland that is for affordable housing, and doggone it, can't nobody afford to live in affordable housing. Really? What kind of doggone rotten cotton picking sense does that make?
Cotton picking.
What kind of sense does that make? There's 5,000 vacant apartments right now in Oakland as of this week, and can't nobody afford to live in affordable housing.
But affordable housing goes by the income median, right?
Right. It does.
So affordable is not housing for the homeless.
It's not poor. It doesn't mean poor.
Right. It's the income median, and that's where people are getting confused.
That word is misleading. It's very misleading. Yeah. It's affordable housing. That's a trigger word. That's a trigger phrase. It's not affordable. It means the median income standards. Right. So it doesn't say poor housing. It says affordable housing.
Right.
The poor cannot afford housing. That's why we have all these homeless encampments all over the valley.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You find them everywhere.
$1,500.
Every tree, every overpass, every little nook and cranny, office structure, doorways. You name it. Listen, one brother got so tired over here in my city, he just laid down and just went right where he was, right there at the stoplight. Laid it all there, just went to sleep.
It's costing us a lot of money to put up 2 gates around the funeral home, because every morning I get to work, I got to go clean out the porch because somebody else, they done smoke dope on the porch. It's a bunch of tobacco. It's a bunch of aluminum foil. It's crack pipes. It's a blanket. All of that stuff. Had to come out there every day, 5 days a week, and pour some Fabuloso, whatever y'all call it.
Fabuloso.
Your Fabuloso and pine tar out there. and
You're
then
not supposed to mix them, Marty.
huh?
You're not supposed
Supposed
to
to
mix
mix it
them.
with water.
Listen, let me tell you something. As strong as that doggone urine is on the porch, I'll be doggone if I ain't gonna have a concoction on the porch. I don't care if it's steam. I don't care if it get hot. I don't care if it catch on fire.
I'm sure it's
As
steam.
long as it get all that urine off the porch, because at nighttime that's what they do.
Yeah.
They eat on it, they smoke on it, they sleep on it. You know, and if the ladies get to work before the men get to work, they out there cussing out, calling them BITCHs and can a black man sleep? Yeah, you go sleep at your other homeless encampment because this one is open from 9 to 5. Yeah, I mean, and they're disrespectful. They get mad when you ask them to move.
They tired.
They need to rest because they be up all night.
But seriously though, there's got to be more. We you know, it's not just an Oakland issue. It's not just an Alameda County issue. It's nationwide, and so people they don't really have a solution. It's almost like when they talk about prison reform, they don't have a solution for prison reform. That's just a gimmick. That's just a phrase, a comment in a campaign to get the heartstrings of the liberals and go, oh yeah, we're going to get all these people out of prison. We're going to get them all out of prison. So Pamela and her progressive crew say, okay, we're going to reduce the sentences so we can keep people going to prison. See, we're not. That's not reform. No. None of that's reform.
So here we are with the homelessness, with jail. I mean, this Negro done killed 2 people from Berkeley High. He done killed another man who had just got married in San Lorenzo, and you thump him on his head and give him 7 years. He done killed 3 people.
Yeah.
Thump him.
But I dare you to throw a dog out your car window. See how many years you get for that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Throw your little dog out your window and see what happens.
Listen, y'all. So, no, because they set the rules where they can't afford it. If you have a $2,400 voucher and have affordable housing in the same places, they make sure they hold the move in price 3 times higher, which causes you to have come out of the pocket even more, and it really is really sad.
So I thought that in every affordable housing complex, they're supposed to have a certain percentage that are actually low income that goes by your income.
Yeah, but that is part of the construction agreement when the contractors
right
set their parameters around their units. That has to be in that agreement. There's no guarantee that they are going to do that because a lot of things happen in construction. They have to limit how many housing. They have to, something happens, they can't put all the housing in there. So all that is based on the final product, and contractors have an agreement as to how many they have to give. So,
Sonia, give me a little more information so I can read it. Sonia Rado said that the Alameda County dropped the charges for her cousin's murder. That's what she's doing.
What do you mean they dropped the charges, huh?
She dropped the charges for my cousin's murder. Okay. That's what she's been doing.
Yeah.
And I was talking before we went live. She's sticking to what she said she was going to do. And what she said she was going to do, Wayne, before she was running for office, what did she say she was going to do?
She's part of that progressive movement. They are trying their best to prevent, especially African Americans, from going into the penal system as much as possible. And so they believe that the prison system, well, it does need reform. I agree with her on that. The prison system needs reform. However, not sending them there when they do serious crimes is not reform. That's not reform. They're not changing the system. She's changing who she sends there. That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, because the guy that killed his girlfriend, she throwing the book at him.
Right.
Come again?
Because of domestic violence. Now, if she always said her platform was domestic violence and police accountability.
The police accountability.
So if you look at what she charged people that are involved in domestic violence versus what she charged somebody that actually murdered somebody else,
it's two totally different.
It's totally two totally different things. Yeah.
So she said my cousin Zaire was murdered. Yeah, was murdered, and then the model, and then the pregnant young lady. Remember when they tore down the apartments on 83rd? She dropped the charge of my cousin's murder.
Mm-hmm. That's the Longwood case.
That's who?
That's the Longwood case. Zaire.
Okay.
He was one of the two that she dropped the charges.
His murderers.
Right.
So Longwood was convicted of murdering Zaire.
Okay.
So she just dropped the 2 murder charges, which doesn't make any sense to me. So the premises was she knew back in January that the young man might not want to testify.
Right.
That's what she said. That's what she recently said. Here's the thing. If he took a plea deal from Nancy, he took a plea deal that he would testify.
We talked about this week.
So it cut down his sentence. Well, if the nigga, if he didn't testify, they need to go get him and put him back in jail because that was the guidelines for the reduced sentence.
Exactly.
And even if he don't come in,
right,
his testimony should be on transcript. And they should be
able to say
that they couldn't find him and read it in a court of law.
See, Sean? Okay.
Now, he didn't abide by his plea deal. He need to go back to jail. Not just act like this whole thing didn't happen and these young men's lives don't matter. That's not what we do.
And Brenda, one of the guys, she reduced his sentence for the sake of him coming to testify. Yet in February, he was released from jail altogether. So now he's not coming back at all. There's nothing to make him come back.
They could go find him because he did not comply with the plea deal. So he served the whole 31 years.
Yeah. But they let him out in February.
Yeah, I know. They could rearrest him.
Because he did not comply, so he should be.
Right. He did not.
That's like violating your parole. That's like you lied to get out. And once you got your freedom, I don't know if you've been threatened or whatever.
Or if he talked to Auntie Pam.
Again, listen to what she says though. She said there is no premise. No premise. This is what she said. Yeah. There's no structure in place, and there's no mechanism that they can penalize him for not keeping his promise. Yes,
they can. They can arrest his behind and make him serve the 31 years. She just don't know how to do it. He did not comply with the plea deal. So you mean to tell me because he didn't comply, these other 2 young men's lives don't matter? That's not right. They have families.
Right. They failed. But see, this is where stupidity comes in. They didn't get his testimony before they let him out.
Yeah, they did. It's on transcript.
Oh, they did?
It's on transcript.
They said they did.
That's what I'm saying. It's on transcript.
Okay.
He had to say something. He had to say something behind closed doors.
I know he signed the promise. He signed the promise.
Right, in order for them to allow him to be released. He had to say something.
It's on transcript, and they can use it. She does not want to.
Let him go because he knew something.
No, she let him go because she just wants to let him go. And she won't go get him because she needs to go get him.
This 17-year-old boy, she refused to charge this boy as an adult, 17 years old. So this boy knew off the top his maximum sentence of his juvenile was 7 years.
Who? Oh, the one that she just gave the 7 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Sonia, I'm praying for you all. She said the family is so hurt.
I know they are. I'm hurt too.
So Sonia, y'all check this out. Y'all need to sign it. Y'all need to pass this information around. Y'all family is hurt. We need all y'all family signatures. And that is We are at 2,138 signatures. We need 25,000 signatures in order to do this recall. So we need y'all to go ahead and sign this thing here. That's what we need y'all. We need y'all to sign it. We need y'all to sign it. We need y'all to sign it.
Here's the problem. African Americans play the victim. We're gonna keep on playing the victim until we get tired of playing the victim.
Yeah.
Don't just let people run over us. Well, he was a teenager, or this, that, and the third. That doesn't come into play when you're taking somebody's life. They didn't have to. They didn't have the chance to do what they wanted to do in life. They didn't have the option. You killed them, so there's no options here. You shouldn't have more rights than the person that you killed.
Yeah.
And we're not standing up for that. We're
Right.
not standing up for that. And that's unfair to the families that are being victimized over and over and over.
Right.
And then it doesn't become important to anybody until it happened to you. Then you want people to call. You want to sit at the police department. But
Yep.
then you got friends that done lost their kids. And you're not even standing up for them and helping them.
And then you want to inbox me. I think this would be a good. I think this would be a good show for Real Talk. Pastor Marty, they'll start calling you and start calling me and telling us, listen, we need y'all. Why don't y'all come down there? But you got to be there for other people. Y'all, God has saved us so we can help save somebody else.
Right.
As a child of God, as a Christian, God has delivered us, pulled us out of the muck and the mire. And it's time for us to help. It's time for us to give back. Y'all, I did not have to come back to Oakland, California. When I graduated from Morris Brown College in Atlanta, Georgia, I was on my way to Harvey, Illinois to be at St. Mark Baptist Church with Bishop William Jordan. I was going to be his first assistant. But I came back here to raise my child and give back to my community and succeed my father as the next pastor, as the next generation pastor of the Victory Baptist Church. I had no plans on coming back here, but God had me to come back here. And so why don't we give back to our community? This is all we're doing. Do y'all know we don't get a dime of this, anything? I don't get paid to do this. This is a free show on Real Talk. Come on, y'all. Please. We do this out of the love of our heart. We do this out of compassion. We do this because we're saved. We do this because there's some hurting mothers, some hurting fathers, some hurting sisters and brothers, some hurting grandmother who has raised a child because mother passed, or mother's on drugs or in jail or don't want to be in the child's life. We come on and we advocate. Brenda advocates for hurting families of murder victims. That's what she does. I work with her. We do Real Talk. We try to anything that's injustice and stuff like that. That's what we try to do. If you look over here on Marty Peters' page, on Real Talk page, on Martin R. Peters' page, this is the link to have the DA removed. There's the 3 links. They're all together. There is the link to you sign to have her name put on a ballot. It is time for her to go because it ain't in the best interest of people. If anything, you are allowing people to be out of jail for triple murders and double murders and even single murders, you all, is going to do nothing but spark up more violence in the community. Because y'all do know, when you know who have murdered your loved ones, we all know somebody in the town that knows somebody that ain't got no problems with pulling a trigger and taking a Negro down. Y'all know that. Y'all know in the Black community, y'all know in Oakland, they will shoot family members to bring these criminals out of hiding. And once they get them out of hiding, they follow them, they follow where they are, and then next thing you know, they're going to blow their brains out their head. That is a giving fact, y'all. I work in the funeral home business. You can't tell me. I got 11 years in. This is what they do in the town. They start killing your grandmama. They kill your little brother. They kill your sister. They kill your child. They kill your girlfriend. They'll shoot them. And when you come to their funeral, you come out of hiding. They know where you are. They know what car you driving. They done followed you. They got people on you. That's what they do in the town. And this is going to do nothing else but create more damn problems in Oakland like we ain't got enough. I need to come up. Y'all go ahead and talk.
That was a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's in fact, you can put a pin in that.
Yeah, this fight is too selfish. You know, people not worrying about other people and what we need to do so that people are not victims, and being educated, not just educated for yourself so you can educate somebody else, means that you got to listen. You got to research stuff. Just don't take our word for it. You got to research this stuff for yourself.
I mean, you know, like that little young man, Jasper Wu's family. I mean, they need justice too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're not the only ones who have been victimized. I mean, it affects everybody.
Right, yeah. Man. People look at Brenda, man. Brenda is one of the strongest women that I know. Brenda just not gonna take no for an example. And Brenda ain't never asked me. Even last week when I told y'all all the stuff she do, all the businesses that she owned, 2 tax firms, a beauty salon and a salon. Y'all, she didn't ask me to say that. We've been on here for 2 months and she ain't never asked me to boost her business. It ain't about that, but we need to back her. But y'all don't know. Y'all don't know what she got to go and deal with. It's reoccurring in her head when she go to these victim houses after her son, who was not a weed smoker, a drinker, or alcoholic. He was a church musician, a good kid. And he gets murdered. Christopher, my nephew, became a human shield. And every time I see his niece, I say, my nephew, your uncle gave up his life for you can be right here. When them Negroes were shooting, the first thing he did is protected his 2-year-old niece.
5-month-old. She was 5 months.
Wow.
But she out here advocating for other victims, homicide victims and murderers. She's out here advocating for them. You don't know what these people, you see people, you see them smile, you see what they drive. You may know their story. You may see their glory now, but you don't know nothing about their story. You don't know what God has delivered them from. You don't know what they had to go through. You don't know how hard this was. And then to give your life to help people and then don't have no help in return. Man, please, ain't nobody getting paid for this. We do this out of the goodness of our heart, what we do. Y'all can see I'm ticked off right now. I almost said another word. I'm mad. And you can see it all on it because I'm passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about what go on in our cities. I'm passionate. I got a 90-year-old father, almost an 80-year-old mother, and a 99-year-old grandmama who barely come out the house because it ain't safe. And you gonna put some extra dang on blasted police up in Rockridge? Ain't a damn thing going on in Rockridge. All the crime is going on in East Oakland. Girl gets stabbed by her mama in East Oakland. A 4-year-old gets shot in East Oakland. Half of the murders that take place go on in East Oakland. You ain't beefing the patrol around here, mayor, DA.
They only got 16.
Office?
They only have 16 people on that patrol that's supposed to be 35.
You know, what are they gonna do? I mean, the police ain't miracle workers. They're not miracle workers. I don't care what people say. Police are not miracle workers. We're down on them sometimes. We would hold them accountable, but we gotta also say they're not miracle workers.
We gotta hold ourselves accountable too.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they can't work overtime no more. You give them no raise. And here I am again, y'all. I am not for defunding the police. See, most of y'all think when the police department get defund, you just think it's money from the police department, the police riding cars, stuff like that. No, it's money taken away from the 911 dispatchers, homicide investigators, and stuff like that. What other areas, Brenda? Help me in other areas.
A whole bunch.
Yeah, it's a plethora of things.
Traffic control, jail observation. I mean, all these other links to the department are being tapped.
Focus on. They just focus on the sworn officers. The police department is more than just the sworn officers.
That's a lot.
You know, I had to tell somebody last week when they were talking about their budget cuts. I said, "So where you want them to get the money from? Everybody got to eat, so somebody's going to have to take a hit. Everybody can't get what they want because people got to eat just like y'all."
Mm-hmm. And they giving money to organizations that ain't doing a damn thing with it.
Mm-mm. Oops.
You put money in organizations, they ain't doing nothing. Where they show up when somebody die? LaRon Armstrong used to show up.
Well.
And the police officers that are already working, they overworked, and they can't solve everything. They overwork. They're not going to solve everything. They're not the answer to our problems. We vote and we put people in office, and some of these people don't have a doggone clue of what's going on. See, it's different when you live up in the Oakland Hills versus when you live in the flats, because you don't see all that stuff on the other side of 580. But on this side of 580, you see all of it. You ride right through it. There's so many pastors that don't even live in the Bay Area. They live outside the Bay Area. So they come in, they don't see the same stuff as some pastors that live in the inner city. And I ain't mad at nobody, and I ain't going after nobody. But it's going to take a whole lot of us to come together, get a black agenda, like I'm saying, show up at some of these events, like a peace summit, like a press conference, show up at some different things, at city council meeting, to find out what's going on in your backyard. And a lot of us don't know what's going on. I know my members probably get tired of me sometimes, but you know I give no cares, because when it come to I love my people. I love my members. I love the church that God allowed me to pastor. I love them. I'll do anything for a cow. I give them the shirt off my back. Every last one of the members of my church have my cell phone number. Can call me anytime. They don't have no limit on what time they can call me. Call me anytime, and I'll do anything I can. But at Sundays, I have to sound the alarm and let them know what's going on in the community. We need to quit selling in the inner city, y'all. And everybody moved to later. When you move out of Oakland, listen to me clearly. You ain't going to be able to move back to Oakland. When you get up out of here, you're not going to be able to afford to come back here. Right. They're making it like that. That may be a reason why they don't show up for shooters. That may be a reason why they don't show up when your car is stolen. That may be a reason why they don't show up when there's a home invasion. They can look at your phone and tell by your name who you are and what ethnicity you are. They can tell that because they're trying to do gentrification. They're trying to continue to push us out. And when they get things better, then when they get the right class of people in there, they'll start making some changes.
Mm-hmm.
But see, Marty, people don't believe that. People don't believe that. They don't believe that there's a concerted effort to restructure a community like that. That's sort of Jim Crowish. You know, those are the kind of policies that were in place during Jim Crow. Nobody believes that anymore. They don't believe. Yeah, but it's true. It's real. It happens across the board. It happens in every major industry in America. It happens. It may be a different face, but the policies are the same. And people don't believe that. They just think, oh, no, that can't happen. No. It's just a crime in Oakland. Man, listen. Most people aren't leaving Oakland because of crime. They leave Oakland because they ain't got a job.
That's it.
We've been dealing with crime all our life.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, don't use that as your lightning rod. Oh, they leaving Oakland because of the crime. No. They leaving Oakland because they can't afford to live here.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They can work here. I have friends that come away from Manchester.
You're right, Marty. Don't move out. That's San Leandro, that's San Lorenzo, that's Hayward, that's Oakland, that's Union City. Name them all. You move out of those cities, you will not move back.
Yeah, we can't afford to move back, man. We can't.
It's too expensive.
Who can afford $3,000 for a doggone studio?
Oh, nobody.
$3,500 for a room in Berkeley right now. $3,500 a month.
What?
A room?
A room.
You didn't say a studio.
I said a room.
Where the guests
I
at,
said
Marty?
a room. And if anybody on your page needs some stats, I got them.
Of course you do.
Okay. All right.
$3,500 a room.
That's ridiculous.
There's college students that are renting big walk-in closets to sleep in because they can't get an apartment to go to school.
Okay, that's a whole nother show.
Berkeley University.
I'm about to get pissed. Excuse me.
I'm just letting you know.
Please forgive me, women. Please forgive me, women. Please forgive me. I'm not a disrespectful man. I have 6 daughters. Okay, let's bring our guests on. Brenda, you come on, Lucy. We're bringing our guests on right now. Ladies, please forgive me. I apologize. $5,000 for a 3-bedroom. We deal with that next week. Brenda, introduce our guest.
Where's Jasmine? Oh, that's Rachel. Hey, Rachel.
Hey, everybody.
And Devoria.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Real Talk.
So these are
Talk too.
mothers that I work with. And both of these young ladies have lost their sons to gun violence here in the city of Oakland. Miss Devoria lost her only child. So Clifford was her only child. And so all of us have lost sons. I think pretty much most of the ladies, the mothers that I work with, we have all lost our sons. And so, the importance of doing the work, even though you've been, a victim of it is something big because the work is not for everybody. And these young ladies, we could go to Washington, they go wherever I say go, they go.
I'm all in.
And they all in, and that's what we want from the city. We want people in our community to be all in, just like these mothers are all in, even after losing their kids. You got to be all in to make a difference. Mm-hmm. So I said,
Brenda,
let's bring some mamas on.
Rachel and what's it, Devoria?
Devoria.
I'm sorry for butchering your name. Y'all, let me say this. I just gave kudos to Brenda. You guys don't have to be involved after losing your sons. You guys don't have to be involved. You guys don't have to show up. You guys don't have to do anything you do. I just want to say, I applaud you. I appreciate you for standing up, the work that you do, not being quiet. As you all can see, y'all was in the green room back there. Y'all can see I'm passionate about it. I get mad as hell. My members be able to like, Pastor, calm down, sign off, Pastor, sign off. But my people know I've been their pastor for 15 years. I am passionate about what I do. Whether it's work with Brenda, whether it's preaching, whether it's walking the streets, what ceasefire started in our church for the 3rd round, I'm passionate about what I do. So I have tantrums and go off often.
That's okay.
When I see injustice, and my heart goes out to mothers like you all. So I just had to get that in before you guys even start talking.
I concur with you, Marty. I think you ladies are incredible. I've been working with youth ministry and church ministry for over 40 years. I've sat with mothers in hospitals. I've sat with mothers at funerals. I've sat with mothers who've lost their kids picking out caskets. And I tell you, every one of you have a story, but you all are very consistent in that you then advocate for others. That takes an incredible desire to keep the legacy of your children alive through your advocacy. And I applaud you all. And there's more. I'm sure there's more that you guys are involved with. But the fact that you're on here, let me just say to you, I like Marty, I applaud you. Your tenacity to not shrink, but to become enlarged by the death of your children is quite remarkable. And I pray that God will continue to give you the strength do the things that you guys are doing.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
So, ladies,
so
how do
Brenda,
y'all? How do you feel about what's going in our city as far as the violence is concerned?
The violence just took off like wildfire. And, we losing our kids, our husbands, our brothers, our sisters, and somewhere it have to stop. And I thought after the death of my son, first of all, I didn't think that would ever happen to me. It happened all around me, but when it happened to me, I'm like, somewhere it's gonna stop, So I thought after my son, okay, it's gonna slow down. Everybody gonna know, once this killing, it's just gonna stop, especially in my neighborhood. But it just got worse, and yeah, it just got to be a change somewhere.
Shell?
Well, thank you, you two for passion and just the strength that you guys uphold for us. And I think for me, it took the divine invitation to meet Brenda for her to help me be able to put my grief into a better area rather than just sitting on it, to be able to support. And when I think about, it's so disheartening when you go places and these youngsters, they don't have any respect, no common courtesy. They don't care how they talk to people. They don't care what they're doing. They just don't have any type of respect for anything but their self. And I fear when my other kids go out. My son that passed away was my firstborn. So it was me and him rocking for the first 4 years before anybody else hit the scene. So we were tight. And I know my son. I know who he is. I know he was part of the streets, but that didn't give anybody the right to take his life from him.
absolutely.
That's right.
Right.
And not having either, just the compassion to think about, what about his mother? What about his sister? What about his baby? He had a 7-month-old baby. They don't care who you're connected to. They don't care the impact that it'll have on other people, not just family, but people that you're connected to. And that's so disheartening. It grieves me when I look and see how they just, how do you rob your own stores in your own community? Your mother got to go there. Your sister got to go there. What about your grandmother that don't have a car and she got to walk to the corner market? Now y'all done robbed it and now she can't go there. Now what? You don't want to go to the store for her.
Ain't gonna go to the store for.
They busy.
Mm-mm.
Yes. I mean, my kid's mother passed 7 months ago, 49 years old, from a massive heart attack. And I see what my 4 adult daughters go through on a daily basis. And I don't know how they feel because my mother is alive. So, but for her to just pass in her sleep versus your children, your sons being gunned down, and if you are thugging you in the street, that still don't give you a right to die violently like that. It still don't give you a right to take your son's life, no matter what they was involved in.
I've never lost a child, but having lost my older brother several years ago through a violent homicide, no one knows the gripping pain to get the phone call of that magnitude. And it took me many years to process his murder, because the person who murdered my brother was let out of jail from a previous murder charge. And that's why I'm so ticked at what I see going on in Alameda County. Because you can't tell me that releasing somebody from prison because they're black and they're being processed disproportionately when they have committed a heinous murder,
Right.
and he gets out and a week later commits another murder. That's not justice reform, folks. That's not. And that's not helping our community. and that's not helping our communities. I don't care what people say. I don't care how pro-black you can be. I'm black as I need to be. That's not helping our communities.
At all.
So Rachel and Devoria, listen. So have your son's murders been solved?
No, mine's haven't. And my son was killed in 2012
In Oakland?
in Oakland.
You two shell in Oakland?
Yes, 57th and Elizabeth. I don't even go to that part of town anymore.
And my son was killed on East 18th and 9th Ave, right up the street from my house at the time.
Mm. Mm.
So,
Sorry, y'all, if I put my head down.
so they thought that my son was on the bus, got robbed or whatever. So whoever killed my son, apparently he got a ride with that person from West Oakland to that spot, and he wasn't robbed or anything. And sometime I go back to the area and the people in that area that came out to help because they said they heard something and they had been on guard anyway because there was a lot of car break-ins. And at the time, it was like ex-Marines, the San Francisco Police Department, and somebody else, like firemen or something. So they all lived in this community. So when they said that, when they heard something, they all came out and they came out with their guns because they got tired of the car break-ins. And that's when they had seen my son and he was talking and they was like, "What happened?" He was like, "I don't know. Who did this to you? I don't know." And so, anyway, he went to the hospital and they said they tried to save him and they couldn't. And the detective at the time that was on his case, he kind of made me mad because the first thing he said to me was, "Your son was a what did he say? Your son was
The
a
bad.
hard ass." I'm like, my son was not a hard ass. I mean, I don't know, but I was so overwhelmed with grief, I really couldn't express myself then. But as I thought about it, and tried to keep in contact with him, but couldn't. He never was returning phone calls and was shifted from here to there. But anyhow, yeah, it wasn't solved.
So what do you all feel about the DA that's there's a youngster who's 17 years old. She refused to charge him as an adult. He killed two youngsters from Berkeley High at a party and then goes to San Lorenzo and kills a man who had just got married on his way to the grocery store. And she give him 7 years maximum for 3 homicides. What do you all, ladies, what do you all feel about
I
that?
think that is totally insane.
It,
I think she's demonic. Um,
what is her purpose? What mean? What do you do? So you just intentionally ignore the fact that it was premeditated, or even if they have a medical condition, something has got to give. And if you did the crime, you do the time.
Exactly. I think you should do the crime. I think you should do the crime if you killed one person. For a 17-year-old who's a demon, who had killed 3 people and was in a stolen car, in 7 years, he only gonna be a few years older. And guess what, y'all? He gonna do it again because it's not hard. Ain't no rehabilitation program going on in there to put him back in society, get his mind right.
Ain't nothing going on out here either.
Mm. And it's unfortunate. How about we pray for deliverance, but he can get deliverance over in that place where he gonna be sitting
Exactly.
in jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gonna pray deliverance, but you did crime, so we gonna pray deliverance while you over there doing your time.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. So if you take a life, you ought to lose your life too, because you've been committed. Y'all, we're talking about 3 families. We're talking about two Black families and a Latino family whose lives are inconvenienced now for the rest of their lives. And you mean to tell me this Negro right here gets to go free because you just thumped him on his head? No, y'all, listen. There are already 20,138 names that are on the recall list. We need 25,000. You need to get this word out. Here's the information again. It's on the bottom of Marty Peters' page, Real Talk page. It's pinned. Okay, she said it's pinned. My engineer said it's pinned. I don't know what all that means, but go ahead. It's
there. You just click on it.
That means it's at the bottom of the screen down there.
It done went up as 20,200 and something.
It done went up.
Yeah.
And then when these when they get out of jail and they do their little 7, 4 or 5 years or whatever, they get out, they back in the same community with you and me. And so you killed my son. Now I see you at the grocery store. I see you at the park. I see you know, I don't want to see you like that. And like you said, you know, sometime it be family members be wanting to get them, you know, and I have no control over that. I don't want that. I don't. I talk that down all the time, but I can't be everywhere talking stuff down, but that's what happens. You be at the grocery store, you be at the bank, wherever you be, you're going to probably run across that person.
Right.
Yeah.
And then don't get me wrong, I have grace, but I also have sense. Because if you keep letting him out, letting him and the rest of them out on the street that keep intentionally killing and having and doing violence out here, that's not reform. Letting them out.
Mm-mm.
That's a free pass.
Yeah, that's a
We
free
gotta
pass.
quit giving them out.
That's what you do when you play Monopoly.
Yeah, that's what being like Monopoly.
And you don't come up with your own rules. Who changed?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Why aren't you, as the DA? Why aren't you abiding by the rules?
And that's the, I guess, the tragedy of having positions that oversee judicial oversight is when they are appointed and elected.
Right.
There's there's agendas that are tied to those appointments, and that's the sad thing, because across the country, DAs are implementing policies that have little or no value to the community they're supposed to be setting precedent for. And when you have someone who's going to send people back into a community, like you just said, Mother, you got to now see this young man at the grocery store. How does that impact your life and your family's life to have to relive over again the freedom of this person who took your son's life, no matter what the conditions were? This person is out on the street free, and your child is no longer in your presence. That the DAs that don't see that human aspect, there's something wrong with that, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a staff of 300 people, somebody should be able to sit you down and say, well, we might need to do something different because this is not the right way to do it. The victims, that department is supposed to be for the victims as well. The young man that got killed at the Home Depot, his mother and his fiance were on TV because the young lady, whatever she's charging her with, is only going to net her like 5 years.
Yeah.
This man was supposed to get married in August. Okay, that's a problem. But you don't tell a victim, I don't have time to talk to you. That lady was on TV, so we could look up her interview. She was on TV. She said she was told they don't need to talk to her. Yeah, you do. She's that boy's mama. What you mean you don't need to talk to her? She booked up till next month. That's on TV. It's on TV. And if y'all don't, it's where people just don't feel it because it has nothing to do with them. And that's what I mean by the selfish part of justice. If it don't happen to you, it really don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know when it'll happen. Just like DeVore said, I never thought nobody would kill Christopher. Nah. Christopher, he didn't bother anybody.
So y'all, we got some out there. Rich, Shell and DeVore, you guys cool to hang with us for a few minutes?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right, y'all hang with us for a few minutes. So check this out, y'all. So Keisha, I'm not going after you, but again, this is my show, and I can say whatever I want to say. But anyway, check this out. Keisha said crime is down in Oakland. We are 5 bodies less than last year. For those of you that are boasting like this is sick in the head. Hey, Oakland is exactly what most progressives talk about, discussing your value of life. You are just a body to them. I get that, but check this out. Crime may be down 5 bodies, but how many kids got killed last year? Because we can name a whole bunch of kids that got shot and killed this year. Crime gets worse. We may be down 5 bodies, but look at the system right now. We was not down so many police officers last year. Look what's going on now, and it's only going to get worse. We don't know what this weekend gonna hold. We got 5 bodies last weekend at my job. 5 last weekend. So yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I don't hear what you're saying. How many women killed their 10-year-old daughter last year? How many 5-year-old babies got shot on the freeway last year? How many road rages was on the freeway just like last week? They had the freeway shut down because Negroes getting off on 98, get back on golf links and shooting at each other. Car flips over 3 times. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but that didn't even have to be said if you really want to be honest with me, because crime is not better in Oakland. We may be 5 bodies down. How many judges got robbed for their Rolex last year? So we down 5 bodies, but hell, look at all the other stuff that done went up. Look at all the home invasion. It wasn't as many car robberies last year. It wasn't as many people getting robbed. Nannies can't even take their kids to the park without being robbed. They wasn't doing all that last year. So at one point, we're maybe 500 homicides less, but God damn it, look at all the stuff that's going on in the city right now.
Wait. So the demographics of crime is going to change every year. What keeps us at a national level is never the murders, because for us, it's triggering for us. Go to Chicago; they have 500 and 600 murders a year. And we sometimes might make 100, but the rest of the everything else that makes up violence is what keeps us at a national level. It's never the murders, but all of those lives matter to somebody. But we've never been on a national level because of the amount of murders we have. It's everything else that even the chief of police said it's up. He said that. The intern chief, excuse me. Everything's up at least 7% or more.
Because remember, we don't state real facts on Real Talk. Remember that? We don't state real facts on Real Talk. So even the acting chief says crime is up. Is that what you said, Brenda?
Yeah, the acting crime is up.
Yeah.
And what we do is we kind of try to make the murders the basis for crime, and it's really not. We never going to be at a level for that. Huh? What'd you say, Wayne?
But I'm confused, Marty. Why are we comparing 2022 to 2023 in terms of crimes? That's the wrong place to start an argument. The argument should not be quantitative at all.
She said that's what the progressives are talking about on Twitter.
Oh yeah. You need to listen to them on Twitter. They got a lot going on.
Again, progressives use quantitative arguments to get funding.
Yeah.
You ask her if you know that. Those conversations are targeted government funds, so they can get federal grants for these programs that they're supposed to be implementing to spearhead these progressive agenda. I got facts if she wanted.
We know you're going to keep facts without a shadow of a doubt.
This argument of how many murders versus how many last year, this year, 2 years, 10 years, Brenda was right. The demographics change because people change.
Yeah.
Right.
Territories change.
Right. Absolutely. So you are okay. So hold on. Let's put a tag there. So Dr. Terrence Nichols, my friend out in Vallejo, says that My thoughts exactly, preacher. She ran on a very liberal reform the justice system agenda. Do you think that people just ignored what she said and voted for her simply because she was an African American? What are your thoughts?
Yes.
She's African American.
Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fact. Because she was African American.
Even her campaign to tell you, well, she's the first black woman.
Right.
She's the first this. She's the first. That's their argument. We ought to give her a chance because she's the first African American, madam.
And it's because she's an African American. It's the first. Even our mayor is the first. Whatever she is, whatever. We can't run a city off of our nationality.
Hmong. She's a Hmong.
Okay.
She's from the Hmong community.
Okay. Yeah. Our nationality can't run our city for us. It's the person. And if the person ain't right, the messages are gonna be all wrong. And when you have a whole staff of people that's not pulling you to the carpet, they have to leave and go public about the stuff that's going. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah.
If you can't speak,
well, that's. I'm sorry, Brenda. Go ahead.
If you can't speak your mind without fear of getting fired, or maybe we need to do something this kind of way. Well, we got to make sure that the victims are just as important as the criminals, because that's the job of the DA's office, to do both. That's why you have family advocates. Now, for a mother to say that the advocates ain't even talked to her is a problem. That's what they get paid for. To talk to the families.
You got families that ain't been talked to since she's been in office. You have families that are very upset at what she stands for and her principles. And Dr. Nichols, I really believe that people voted for her simply because of the color of her skin.
Exactly.
I mean,
nothing more, nothing
that's
less.
a fact. I mean, Obama got black votes because he was black. I mean, let's not be crazy about this thing. That's just a reality. That's just a reality. Come on now.
And Biden won because Kamala was black.
Yeah, because nobody knew who Barack Obama was. They couldn't even pronounce his name. They didn't know what to call him, Barack or whatever. They didn't know what to call that man.
Yeah, well.
But I was going to say, Brenda, the racial disparity when it comes to crimes that are tried and convicted is outstanding. It'll blow your mind when you look at the disparity, and how many of us continue to put people in office who exploit that kind of data so they can keep funding coming into the city that is not advocating for our causes.
Right.
That just blows my mind. And at some point, maybe not in my lifetime, because I'm getting up there, at some point, black people are going to wake up. We're going to wake up and quit voting for folks who give us lip service every 4 years, and then we don't hear from them again until they need our vote.
Exactly. Then you high on the totem pole when it's voting time.
Oh yeah, it's all over the news. The deciding factor is the black vote. He keeping Kamala because she's a black woman. She represents black women. She represents African Americans. She represents Asian African Americans. They got so more designations on that woman that she can live up to.
Yeah, exactly. And she's very silent, isn't she?
And she's but yet they pick and choose where they want her to go.
Exactly.
See, so and this, I better not go down that rabbit hole because I'm getting like Marty now.
But for us as mothers, be out there, doing the work is, it's traumatic to us, because we've lost our children, and that doesn't make us different than anybody else. But it's people that get paid to do this work, where we shouldn't even have to be in the middle. We should be working with other people, that are supposed to be, stopping the violence or helping the families or advocating. We should be assisting them, not us out in the forefront. That's just not the way that's supposed to go.
Right.
It really isn't. But we have to do what we have to do. And the community
then,
should be like that as well. You got to do what you got to do. It
and then
doesn't take preference on who you like or who you don't, who you voted for. That's not the issue. Who you voted for, you can vote for them all day long. But policies and procedures that are going on in our city now are a problem. You can still like them after we fix what we need to fix, but it's going to take all of us to do that. And that's where we're the one race that don't come together. You get 20 Mexicans over here living in a house with a 12-bedroom house. Can you get 12 of us in a house to buy a piece of property? In one house?
No. You ain't gonna have no. You might make it. You might make it through breakfast, but that's about as long you're gonna have.
They all driving BMWs and Mercedes, but they all living in the same house. They all living together, and they all have the corner store. How many corner stores do we have?
We
used to. Yeah, we used to.
You said we sold them.
We sold ours.
Yeah, that's what they say.
The reality, Brenda. I talked to an entrepreneur who had a shop here in San Leandro. He had to shut his store down. He just couldn't compete because he had to first deal with people stealing out of his store.
Right.
And it cost him more to keep his shelves stocked with goods. Right. And he just couldn't compete anymore. Mm-hmm. So somebody has to advocate for that. So we don't even talk about that kind of misrepresentation. We don't talk about that kind of violence. See, that's impacting the community as well.
Yeah, and we're allowing it to tear us down. So that we don't have people have lost their properties. I went to a rally for these landlords, and I just listened to them. I was asked, you want to say something? No, because I don't really know anything about that, but I want to support, and I want to hear. This lady said she bought her property years ago. She paid $67,000, and the amount that she paid for the house is the amount of rent that the people owed her.
Again, Brenda, I keep telling you, this progressive agenda, they're pushing that landlords, you're supposed to have the rent control board who oversees that kind of stuff. But they're trying to push this agenda that says landlords cannot put people out of their homes even if they can't pay. Now, who's going to pay that landlord?
That's right.
There's been a lot of people. COVID messed up a whole lot of stuff. I'm sorry, there's been a lot of people who have lost properties, been a lot of people who have not been able to recover, had to just let their properties go.
Yeah.
So it's us versus us.
And you know who benefits from that, Marty?
The banks.
The banks and developers. Because they go in and buy that house for $10,000, $15,000 and they move on.
Yeah. You got that right.
Yeah.
So,
All right, y'all, we're going to have to pick up next week. We've had a great show tonight. We kept our audience tonight. What should we be looking for next week, y'all?
Well, I definitely think we should talk more about the disparity. I think people need to know more. Why are these cases not being tried? Why are they released? What are the grounds for some of this stuff that these progressives are pushing? Like Pamela and all of them. And hey, I understand their push. I got it. I get it. But like the two mothers that were on tonight, and you, Brenda, you guys have the constant reminder that your child's life was snatched, and yet no justice has been afforded your family.
Right. I always hear, and I'm a fan of First 48, how they solve murders and how they kill people in lives and stuff like that. And they solve a whole lot of them. But as they always say, this could be a little closure. It's not going to help bring your child back, but it's a little closure for the families when they solve the murder and when they arrest the victims. And they ain't slapping. On First 48, in Dallas and in Atlanta and in New Orleans, they're not slapping them on the wrist. They don't care how old they are. Them boys going to jail for 30 years. They going to jail for capital murder. We don't do capital murder like
No,
that.
we don't.
In the West Coast. In the South, they're going to jail for capital murder. So I think we should come back there next week and talk about that disparity. You're right, Wayne. Join me with my crew on next week. My brother said we had a great show tonight.
I won't be here next week.
Come again?
I won't be on. I'm receiving the humanitarian award on Saturday, so I won't be.
Well, wait a minute now. We should be there for that. Where's that at?
Y'all should.
Where my
I'm
ticket
post
at?
it again.
Hold on, honey.
Where's it at?
It's gonna be in Richmond.
We need to go have real talk in Richmond at that site.
Right, we do.
Oh, we can do that too. Cause I'm gonna be cute. My little dress hanging up. I'm looking at it now. I'm trying to figure out which shoes I'm gonna wear with it.
Oh, now you're gonna get all cute on us now. See that?
Oh yeah, it's a gala. I gotta do what I gotta do.
Brenda, send me the information. We're gonna have to figure that out now. We gotta figure out how to do that.
Yeah,
we need to support you.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations, Brenda.
Congratulations. That is fantastic.
Award. Look at you.
Look, I posted it. It was on my page, Marty, when I first got the letter. Okay.
Do you know how much stuff you post every day on your page?
Exactly. That part.
It's hard.
He ain't reading all of it.
What? Who ain't reading all of it?
That's what he just said. He said, you know how many posts you put on your page? That's a clue right there. That's a clue. See, that's preacher privilege.
Really, Wayne? Really?
See, if I don't point him in a
direction, you got me back for talking about your jacket on, and it's 79 degrees outside. You sit in the house with a jacket on, your old knees. You got to hear about.
I gotta throw my jacket tonight. I gotta get you somehow, Doc. I gotta get you for messing with my jacket.
You got me back. Hey, Pastor, you got me back. You got me back. Listen, y'all, we're lifting up Sister Lynn Wheelock, Pastor Ty Wheelock's wife. His mother was 105 years old, who passed on Wednesday of this week. And they're prepared to go back to Houston. That's her and everything. So, Cousin Lynn, Cousin Marty, praying for you and your brothers and sisters. Your mom lived a great long life, longevity, everything. So we're praying for Pastor Wheelock and Sister Lee Wheelock and that whole entire family in Austin and in Dallas, and they leave Wednesday. Okay, cool.
Okay.
We're praying for traveling grace and praying for
exactly.
All right, you all. We're going off tonight. Y'all have a great weekend, and congratulations to Brenda, who will be receiving the humanitarian award of the year next Saturday. All right.
Get on up there. You build your resume. You done that? You done your resume for the man race.
Yeah. Okay, y'all have a good one.
All right. See y'all.
Thank you.
Love you.